Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. I'm Sarah Jane. This is Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls on Gift of Healing TV. And our topic tonight is emotions. What do you understand by that meaning of that word? And actually, I thought, right, let's just take the dictionary meaning, shall we, for a start, before we delve any deeper. And this is from the Reader's Digest Illustrated Dictionary. It comes in a massive 2 volumes, so forgive me, it sat on my lap. Published in 1984. So yes, it is an old meaning, well, oldish meaning. Emotion. Agitation of the passions or sensibilities, often involving psychological changes. Any strong feeling as of joy, sorrow, reverence, hate, or love, arising subjectively rather than through conscious mental effort. So that's the dictionary meaning, and as I said, it's quite a big volume, folks. So, what are emotions? Are they good? Are they bad? Is it okay to feel? And the answer to that is, of course it is okay to feel. And the more positive of an emotion you can feel, the better. And even when you feel what can be perceived as a negative emotion, one of the ones they said there was hate, which I see as a very negative emotion, then look at that emotion and try and take the positive out of it. If there is something you really don't like and it sets up that feeling within you, then what are you going to do about it? Is there anything you can do about it? Now, if there is, then do. If there isn't, then it's acknowledging, to me, it is acknowledging how you feel about that thing, but as best you can actually remove it from your life. Now, personally, anything that harms animals really sets an emotion flowing in me, what you might class as a negative emotion. And so I have my own ways of dealing with that, like signing petitions and all sorts of things. I try and do something about it, but it doesn't mean I know it goes on. It doesn't mean I like it. I don't. And I will do the things that I can to prevent it. And if I witness it, I'm sure I would step in. Gratefully, I don't believe I've witnessed anything like that. So it's acting on your emotions, but finding a positive, constructive way of acting on your emotions. We're going to actually discuss the difference between love and like next week. Love is, and I've shared about love before. So please do go and find that video on our Thoughtful Nuggets and Pearls page. So an emotion is something that sets up a reaction within you. And some emotions run really deep. And I work with people and I feel that what I'm working at is at an emotional cellular memory level. So our emotions don't just affect us in that moment, in that second, when there can be a big bluster or a big laugh or a big hug or whatever. If there's something we haven't been able to deal with, that emotion can settle deep within us. The hurt, the pain, the anger, the trauma. So emotion, if not dealt with, if not acknowledged, and if not let go, can settle deep within us. So it is healthy to let your emotions out. It is healthy to cry. I've talked to people and I've said, please cry. Please cry when I'm talking to people in fairs and events. But if your crying is poor me, stop it. If your crying is release, then let yourself cry. Depends on the emotion behind the crying, behind the tears. So next time you feel a blast of emotion, whatever it may be, allow it, look at it, feel it, and try and understand it. And preferably try not to, I'll deal with that later. Because that's when, especially with hurt and pain and trauma, the emotion goes in and into a cellular memory level. So I hope that's given you something to think about. I know these are very, very brief. Emotions are good when you work with them and allow them to flow and to pass through rather than get stuck. As I've mentioned, here again next week with the difference between love and like. Have a wonderful week, folks. Love, peace, and light. Namaste.